He wasn't tired because he worked nights. He was tired because he had no control over his mornings. Every sunrise felt like proof that he was behind in life. Maybe this is you right now. You wake up late, rush everything, promise yourself tomorrow will be different. But tomorrow keeps looking exactly like yesterday. He thought money was his biggest problem. It wasn't. He thought his job as a night security guard was the trap. It wasn't that either. The truth that changed his destiny had nothing to do with luck, talent, or connections. It started at 5 a.m., in the quiet, when no one was watching. But what happened next, nobody expected. Marcus Hill was a 32-year-old night security guard at a half-empty warehouse on Fulton Industrial Boulevard in Atlanta. He wore the same black boots every shift. The soles were peeling off at the edges, held together with cheap glue from a corner store. His phone screen was cracked across the middle like a lightning bolt. The battery died at 18%. He worked from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. 8 hours of fluorescent lights, 8 hours of silence broken only by the hum of vending machines and the occasional truck backing up with a mechanical beep. His flaw wasn't laziness, it was pride. Marcus hated asking for help. He hated looking weak. He told everyone he was fine, even when he wasn't. At home on Pine Street, his mother coughed through thin apartment walls. Stage 2 kidney disease, medication stacked on the kitchen counter next to unpaid bills. He told her one night, "I'm gonna fix this, Ma, I promise." She smiled softly. "Just don't forget to fix yourself, too." He laughed it off. Every morning after work, he bought a stale egg sandwich and black coffee from a gas station. The coffee always smelled burnt. He drank it anyway. Then he went home, scrolled, complained, slept at 8 a.m., woke up at 4 p.m., groggy, late again. He wanted to study for a commercial driver's license, higher pay, day shifts, stability. But he kept saying, "I'll start next week." External obstacle? Money, time, exhaustion. Internal obstacle? The quiet fear that he might try and fail. It happened on a Thursday. Marcus was called into the supervisor's office at 5:45 a.m. The air smelled like old carpet and cheap cologne. His supervisor didn't look up. "Marcus, we've had 3 reports. You've been late to shift change twice this month." "I stayed late when Tom didn't show up," Marcus replied. "That's not the point." The words felt heavy. "We're reducing your hours next month. Budget cuts." Reduced hours meant reduced pay. Reduced pay meant fewer medications, fewer groceries. Marcus walked out to the parking lot. Dawn was breaking, pink and gray streaks across the sky, birds cutting through cold air. He sat in his car and stared at the steering wheel. "I'm 32. What am I doing?" he whispered. For the first time, he didn't blame the job. He didn't blame the economy. He felt something sharper. Enough. That morning, instead of driving home immediately, he stayed parked. The sky slowly brightened. The world felt still. He realized something painful. He was disciplined for his employer. He showed up every night on time. He followed rules. He stayed alert. But he had no discipline for himself. And that realization hit harder than any warning. 2 nights later, an older guard named Raymond noticed Marcus staring at his phone during break. "You look like you're waiting for something," Raymond said. "Yeah, waiting for my life to start," Marcus replied. "It already did," Raymond chuckled. Raymond had been a guard for 18 years, calm, quiet, always early. "You know what saved me?" Raymond asked. Marcus shrugged. "Morning discipline, not motivation, discipline." Marcus frowned. "I work nights." "Exactly," Raymond said. "Your morning is when you wake up. It doesn't matter if it's 5 a.m. or 5 p.m. First hour decides your direction." That sentence stayed with him. Raymond pulled out a folded notebook. "I wake up at 4:30 p.m. every day. Stretch, read 10 pages, walk 20 minutes. No phone.
Been doing it for 11 years. Why? Because 1 hour a day is 365 hours a year. That's over 15 full days. Imagine what most people waste in 15 days. Marcus did the math later. 2 hours daily? 730 hours a year. That's over 30 full days, an entire extra month of effort. He felt something shift. Not hype, not excitement, clarity. The next morning after shift, instead of collapsing into bed, he set an alarm for 1 p.m., 5 hours of sleep. When it rang, every part of him wanted to quit, but he sat up. Quiet room, dust floating in a thin beam of light through cracked blinds, his mother asleep in the next room. He whispered, "Just 1 hour." He washed his face with cold water. The shock woke him. He opened a free CDL practice app on his cracked phone. 45 minutes, no scrolling, no excuses. It wasn't dramatic, but it was different. 3 weeks passed. Marcus kept the routine. Wake up, water, stretch, study, quick walk around the block. The Georgia heat pressed against his skin during those walks, sweat down his back, sirens in the distance. He felt sharper, slightly lighter. Then the dark moment came. His mother was hospitalized unexpectedly. Medical bills stacked up fast. Marcus picked up extra shifts, double nights, less sleep. One afternoon, alarm rang at 1 p.m. He stared at it. "I can't do this," he muttered. His body ached, eyes burned, bank account shrinking. "What's the point?" his mind whispered. "You're still broke." He turned off the alarm. Silence. He almost rolled over. Almost. Then he remembered the parking lot dawn, the feeling of enough. He sat up again. Not motivated, not inspired, just stubborn. "No," he said out loud. "Not this time." He studied for 30 minutes instead of 60. Imperfect, but done. And that choice, on the worst week, mattered more than the easy days. Months passed. Scene shifts like seasons. Summer heat, fall wind, cold December mornings where his breath fogged in the air during walks. Marcus failed his first CDL written test. He walked out of the testing center staring at the pavement. "I knew it," he thought. "I'm not cut out for this." He sat in his car, hand in phone. He could skip tomorrow, no one would know. Instead, he opened his notebook. He wrote one sentence: "Fail once, adjust, try again." He changed his routine. Instead of just reading, he started writing questions by hand. He watched free YouTube lessons during lunch break, headphones in, ignoring coworkers joking nearby. He reduced scrolling to 15 minutes a day, set a timer. He meal prepped rice and chicken on Sundays, saved money, more energy. He protected his first hour like it was paid. His friends noticed. "You actin' different," one said. "Yeah," Marcus replied quietly. "I finally decided to." There was no applause, just consistency. 9 months after that parking lot morning, Marcus walked into the CDL testing center again, hands steady. He passed. 2 weeks later, he secured a regional delivery drive, day shift, nearly double his security guard salary. The first morning he drove his own assigned truck, the sunrise hit the windshield in gold streaks. He remembered the warehouse lights, the burnt coffee, the cracked screen. He didn't cry, he just breathed. 1 year later, he moved his mother into a cleaner apartment closer to her clinic. New boots, new phone, same 1-hour morning discipline. Because the truth wasn't about the license, it was about who he rebuilt in the quiet. And he earned every inch of it. The truth about discipline isn't dramatic. It's quiet. It's choosing to wake up when no one claps. It's protecting 1 hour like it decides your future, because it does. Marcus discovered something simple. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your daily routine. 1 hour a day equals 365 hours a year. That's over 15 full days of focused effort. Imagine who you become with 15 extra days of skill. So here's your action for today. Tonight, write down one skill that can increase your income or improve your health. Tomorrow, give it one protected hour. No phone, no excuses. Comment below. What is the one thing you keep starting but never finishing? And when your alarm rings and no one is watching, remember Marcus in that parking lot at dawn. This story wasn't about him. It was meant for you.